Coming back at you in quick succession, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Brian Welch video blog, episode 17. I was so wrapped up in all the changes I mentioned last episode, I forgot to name it. It's the episode without a name. By the way, I'm thinking the BWVB. Pretty catchy, right? Anyway, if you watched the last episode, it was ridiculous. I think my lens was dirty. It looked horrible. I hope this looks better. I'm using the front-facing camera on my smartphone because there's no good way for me to really manipulate the rear-facing camera, without reaching all around and looking like I'm trying to pull a move at a, like, first date at a movie. If any of this is frightening, I'm going to be sitting 3 seats down. It was nice meeting you. Anyway, we were on episode 17. And the feed got all weird in the middle of the last episode. It was like all of a sudden they were trying to conceal my identity, like I was on America's Most Wanted. And they altered my voice. He was a very quiet neighbor. I never expected that. It's all blurry. I don't know what that was. You ever feel like you've been outsmarted by your smartphone? I do. Thank you for asking. More, please. No, less, please. Mr. Smartphone, please help me out. I don't really know what I'm doing with you yet. It's working more or less. Listen, this morning, very early this morning, about 4 a.m., I was sitting in my car in a parking lot listening to Big Time by Peter Gabriel. I don't need to discuss the reason that this was a thing, that this was happening. Let's just get to it. I'm sitting here thinking, man, this guy and Phil Collins were in a band together. Do we ever stop to think about that? Genesis had Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins. They're like the Miami Heat of prog rock. Well, they'd be like the Miami Heat if keyboardist Tony Banks was lauded as a superstar and only put up average numbers. Chris Bosh, Zoom. They would be like the Miami Heat if after next season, when the Heat don't win a title again, D-Wade decides, you know what, there's too much talent in this team. I'm going to go, I think the Hawks have got it figured out. If they've cleared up a little cap space, they could use a good shooting guard. I'm going to go check out with the Timberwolves. It looks like, Ricky Rubio could be a cool guy to hang out with. Maybe he would pass the ball to me more. I'm going to go to Chicago, because I bet I'm the best shooting guard they've ever seen. Maybe. Maybe, Wade. Maybe. Do you like my shirt? I put this on especially for the show. I feel like I don't have enough chest hair to really fill this out. I need to wear like an ascot and tuck it in here so it looks a little better. It's breezy, so it's okay to wear in the summer. I mean, it's a long sleeve. You're like, man, it's a knit top. It looks heavy. It breathes very well. It breathes better than I do when I'm trying to talk to women. Hello. Second, this was something I also had a discussion with one of my roommates. We were talking about, well, the buddy right here. It's chest hair growth hormone. No, just kidding. It's vitamin B12. You may be familiar with vitamin B12. You've heard of it. You've read the stories on, CNN or whatever. I don't even know. And I did a little bit of looking, a little bit of research. I found out that the recommended daily value, like when they put on nutrition facts, is 6 micrograms. Think back to physics or chemistry or whatever you have to do. Pull that up, or just think back to Wikipedia and how to type that in. That is 10 to the negative 6 micrograms. Remember the little handy unit for a gram is paperclip? 10 to the negative 6. 6 times 10 to the negative 6 grams. That is very small. This supplement that I'm holding here is 2.5 milligrams. Or if you prefer, 2,500 micrograms. Do a little bit of math in there, and or you can just look at the back, because they have it on there. Ingredients, vitamin B12. Comes as a little surprise. Thanks, Kroger. Kroger, you got my back. Kroger. I thought this was very interesting. My percentage daily value that I get from one of these is 41,667%. That is a lot. And I did a little bit of math. You can pull up your calculator on your computer, follow along. That means you'd think I take this, I should be fine for 417 days. Over a year. Funny, it doesn't work that way. But I was like, man, and I've polished off a whole bottle of these things in a day. They taste like cherry candy. No. Once a day. And there's 100 lozenges. They're sublingual lozenges, which means I guess they don't talk. No, it means you place it under your tongue. And so at 100, I'm just thinking, man, do a little math there. That should put me, if I polish off a bottle of this, I should have enough vitamin B12 for 114 years. I mean, for crying out loud, my kids should be fine. I don't have kids. But when I do, this should be passed along. I mean, right? This goes like through my bloodstream and through, I don't know how that works. My parents tried to explain it once, and my dad chickened out. I had to learn it from magazines like everybody else. So I assume this would be passed on, and like my kids would be fine, because 114 years, like that ought to cover just about all of it. And I think that for the paltry sum of $6.49, ensure your future, ensure your kids' future. Do the right thing. Get some vitamin B12. My mom is so funny. She had a supplement very similar to this. It was kind of a similar dosage, and she was really worried about overdosing on it, seeing this gigantic. Like, when you see percentages shouldn't be over, 100, and this is 41,000%. She was cutting them in half. So, like, well, 41,000, I don't want to overdo it, but I figure, 20,500 should, 20,000% should be safe. It should, I mean, it's a half, it should be, it's a better ballpark. I feel safer about it. Mom, you're adorable. That's fantastic. Derek is flashing the we're way over time sign that we made. We went to Michael's earlier and just, funny letters and glitter paint. And so we're going to cut it short. Hopefully this episode turns out way better than the other ones. Stay tuned to the BWVB. That's going to catch on. It's like, hey, did you catch the BWVB? Got to hop on the BWVB train. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.